صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا حبيب الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا حبيب الله.
True is Allah the Malik, true is Allah the Khaliq, true is Allah the Rahman, true is Allah Ar-Rahim, true is Allah the most magnificent, the most beneficent, true is Allah the most merciful, the ever compassionate, the all-knowing, the all-wise, the ever knowledgeable. True is Allah our Creator, true is Allah our Sustainer, our Maintainer. He and He alone is worthy of all, every and any form of worship. When He gives to His servant, none can prevent that, and when He prevents someone from giving, no one can overcome that. Peace and blessings upon His most beloved Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the King of Kings, the Master of Masters, the distributor of Allah Azza wa Jal's wealth, the seal of prophethood, the jewel of creation, the crown of creation, the pinnacle of perfection, the Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, upon whom we can do no justice, upon whom we can waste words, and yet do no justice to the rank, the station, the maqam. Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who is the most beloved, most dearest and most nearest to our Creator Allah Azza wa Jal, and it is because of whom and out of their light, out of their nur, out of their sadaqah, that everything else within creation has been made by Allah Azza wa Jal. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As many of you know, we're coming towards the end of what has been the most beautiful 6 weeks, the most spiritual 6 weeks of our entire year that has happened for many years now, where our teacher, our Shaykh, our Walis, Hazrat Huzur Qibla Alam comes to visit us and bless us with their beautiful words, with their teachings, with their ilm, with their knowledge. And today, inshallah, I'll spend a few moments trying to induce some thought as to why we celebrate Milad Pak and why we come in the presence of our Shaykh. Why is it we hope to achieve out of these 6 weeks? We all come here to gain the knowledge, to gain our ilm, to gain the blessings of our beloved Shaykh. But what happens for the remainder of the weeks within the 12 months of the year? We need, as a Darbar, we need, as the English representatives of Eidgah Sharif within the UK, it's our duty, it falls upon our shoulders to spread this message, to do da'wah, to propagate this message of love that we gain from Huzur Qibla Alam within these 6 weeks. And this 6 weeks should, the love that you gain from within these 6 weeks should sustain you for the whole year. This is the blessing of your Shaykh. And as Darbar comes into what we call the beginning years, we need to start to think about our image and how that reflects in the rest of society. What is it we need to do? What actions do we need to take? What measures do we need to put in place to ensure the success of this house, your house, my house, and this Darbar Aliyah within this country and worldwide, inshallah. I mean, for the last few years, mashallah, we started doing Milad Pak in every single city. And this is progress, alhamdulillah. As from the teachings of our Shaykh, there is no There's nothing greater than the praise of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, doing the read upon Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Because it is from their sadaqah that we gain everything. But we're obviously not doing enough. We're not taking the duty upon our shoulders to invite more people and show them the love. Because along with gaining this love for Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, along with the coming of this love into your heart, you should not have any haste. It should be shared with any and all. And this is the teaching of our blessed Asana Aliyah. And this is what we should promote, and this is what we should teach. I mean, mashallah, over the last couple of years, as I've sat where all of you are sitting now, in the blessed Milad Park, I've seen Sahib go from a child to, alhamdulillah, the station that I can't even describe. This is a blessing of our Shaykh. I've seen people come just for one day to pick the shoes of our blessed Shaykh and leave changed men the next day. This is the blessing of our Darbari Aliyah. And it falls upon our shoulders that as we're going from this transition, where one day Sahib will take this Gadar machine and become the head of our Astana Aliyah, that we train our children, that we train all our youngsters with the appropriate ilm, with the appropriate knowledge, so that when it comes time for the handover, where our Shaykh hands over the reins to Sahib, alhamdulillah, which has happened, is slowly happening over the years, but this year I've seen the most responsibility put on Sahib's shoulders. Compared to all the previous years, this year it has been the most. And alhamdulillah, Sahib has taken this, they've implemented this, and alhamdulillah, what they've done with this Darbari Aliyah, what they've done to spread the love of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has not been accomplished before. This is the blessing of the Darbari Aliyah. And in order to forward ourselves, well, we need to lose this idea of it's our Darbar against another Darbar, or it's our Islam against someone else's Islam. Because religion becomes dangerous when you start to exclude certain groups. Because religion is all about unifying people, bringing people together. In the words of Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi, when they were walking and a man came in front of them, and in a shop he was trying to sell them two things. They said, "Oh blessed Shaykh, take one of my two things in order that I may have the opportunity to sell you something." And what happened was, Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi had to make this choice between what to take. And the shopkeeper at that time was selling two things. He owned a clothes shop and he was selling either a needle or he was selling a scissors. And the Shaykh thought and said to the shopkeeper, "I don't want the scissors, I want the needle." So the shopkeeper said to the Shaykh, "Why is it you have chosen the needle over the scissors? Why is it you favor the needle?" And the Shaykh replied, "Alhamdulillah, the function of the needle is to bring people together." And this is the same function of the Shaykh, the same function of a wali. What union does this represent? This is the union of the servant with that of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The whole reason why we have tariqat is so that we may keep this connection with Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Just like Allah Azza wa Jal has given us Sharia, Allah Azza wa Jal has given us Islamic law, and He's given us chains of narration, He's given us ijazah to preserve the knot of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the form of Al-Quran al-Kareem. In tariqat, we have the hand in hand, we have the bay'ah. This is in order to preserve the spiritual side of Islam. Why was it that Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was compared to the moon? Why is it so much that within the life of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the seerah of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we see mention of the moon? Was it because that was the most beautiful thing at the time? Because you can take 1,000 moons and they still wouldn't compare to the beauty of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was trying to teach you a message that when you look at the moon has two sides. You have the illuminated side which you can see with the senses, and you have the dark side which you can't see. And the lesson that we should take out of this is that never rely upon your senses in order to understand the entirety of something. This is the message of the dunya. The dunya deludes you, because people sense and they think they know the reality of the world, but they forget the other dark side. Because in order to understand something, you need two things, brothers. And Islam shows this in the best of ways. The first way is Sharia, the second way is Tariqat. Sharia is to use the intellect, and Tariqat is to use the qalb, the heart. This is what Islam is all about. So when you go on, and after Huzur Kibra Alam has departed from us, the message I really want to take away and put inside your minds is what actions do we need to take in the coming years to ensure the success of this Adbari Aliyah. What do we need to do for our children? What do we need to do for our brothers? What do we need to do for our sisters, our daughters, in order that when it comes to the time when we have to pass the reins from our beloved Shaykh to also our beloved Shaykh, what are we going to do? What is our role going to be in this? We can think short term, but alhamdulillah, we need to think long term about the goals of this Astana Aliyah and how we're going to propagate this love, how we're going to use this trust that Huzur Kibla Alam has put in us, this faith that our Shaykh has put in us, the love that our blessed Shaykh has put into our hearts. How are we going to distribute this to the rest of mankind? What are we going to do with this? So brother, to have the love of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, there is no greater responsibility on your shoulders than to propagate that message. Above anything and above all else, if you have one duty, it is do not be stingy when it comes to the love of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Share it with whoever you come across, share it in however you can, in whatever means you can. And alhamdulillah, hopefully over the coming years, we shall see this Astana Aliyah grow and blossom into the beautiful flower that is Madinatul Munawwara. We will see the blessings of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and alhamdulillah, like everybody always says, Sahib as the Aqsi of the Asani Pak rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. This Astana has distributed the love of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam over centuries. But if me and you, as humble murids of our Astana Aliyah, can do that little bit in propagating this love, then alhamdulillah, I will be happy and you will be happy to see the smile of our blessed Shaykh. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.